Hi there, this is M4T2 feedback for April, Rebecca, and Allison. So April, let's start with you. The use of shapes that evoke a sense of flowers makes sense for a spring-like composition, but I want your design to be more dynamic. Thinking about overlap and diminishing size like we've done in previous projects, thinking about positive and negative shape relationships like previous projects. If this were my assignment, I would make the flowers sort of very large in the composition. I would overlap some. Again, I'm drawing on a laptop with just a trackpad, so this is pretty crude. But really allowing the flowers to have the most visual weight, thinking about this idea of visual hierarchy so that the dominant shapes are carrying the term and they're very large in the composition. And then you want to, right now the largest shape is this sun, and I feel like the flowers are a more strong symbolic shape to illustrate your term. So minimizing the importance of that stuff that's in the sky. I wouldn't have gray clouds because that evokes a sense of a storm. Thinking about maybe just using gray as an accent color down in the flowers, keeping the sky very open so that you're working with like an asymmetric composition where positive and negative space are balancing each other out, and really overemphasizing the pinks and the yellows and the greens in the design and de-emphasizing or using the grays as accents. Rebecca, let's take a look. So fresh would definitely be the greens from your project. Greens would be dominant because it evokes a sense of like fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and then blues as the secondary, and then the pinks as accents. The shapes to me don't really give a sense of freshness. So maybe going back and looking at the additional tools that can be used for these assignments and thinking about something that evokes a sense of freshness. The example uses leaves, and I don't want you to do that since your term is the same as one as the examples. I want you to come up with some other sort of object that evokes a sense of freshness. It could be like, a ripe apple, a green apple maybe, and then maybe abstracting that apple so that it becomes an abstract composition. Thinking about the relationship between positive and negative space, thinking about the idea of symmetry or asymmetry, and bringing in all of those design principles and elements from previous assignments into the form of your design. And Allison, let's take a look. So really good use of symbolic shapes to evoke a sense of sadness. I would move the eye maybe over here. Let me just draw on top. So this cloud is really good. We have this kind of lightning bolt shape. I would add some more sort of clouds up here. Maybe that eye can be part of the cloud, kind of, raining down with the lightning bolt coming through it. I wouldn't use the heart. The heart, I think there's a sense of sadness without the heart, so let's not include that. And then really thinking about, like, if we have all kinds of clouds in this area, the eye is in this area, designing the negative space, so the space in between shapes, to be a very interesting and very important shape, but just the background.